Yeah, we're talking about obviously Jesse Lingard played for West Ham in a behind closed doors friendly against Ipswich. Apparently, he played about 70 minutes and had an okay game. Done a few good things in the game, but ultimately doesn't look like he's going to be fit enough for the Premier League. So it's said that he will likely be offered a new contract, but not until he's match fit. It's very interesting.
1 second. Let me answer this before I say anything, Steve. Before I say yes, I got it, mate. I got it, and I'm sending it. It's on its way. It's going to be in the post. I've got it.
Gonna be
look. I've told you my feelings about Jesse Lingard. I don't really see the point. Apparently he was, from what I've heard, like reports are he's miles off match fit, miles off being match fit. And
yeah,
look, Jesse Lingard's a very talented boy. Now, there's no doubt about it. Like he has had good seasons for Manchester United and that, but he doesn't take, and I mean this with the greatest respect, right? And this is just looking. You look at when Declan Rice went on a pre-season,
yeah,
when he went away, he's out at the Adidas camp in Germany or wherever it was, training hard every single day. Yeah. Other players, when they go away, they're training hard every single day. This is 2 summers on a spin, right? He got let go from Manchester United, right? And he ended up joining Nottingham Forest. He spent the whole summer prancing around in New York at New York fashion shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
This season, I haven't seen him doing, apart from coming back and having a little train with West Ham, I haven't seen him keeping himself fit until the season started. This guy's not a serious guy. He's not a serious guy about playing football. He plays football to fund his lifestyle. It just happens to be at the point in his career where, the offers are not on the table. He's been a very, very, as I said, he's a very talented boy. But at this stage of his career, Dan, he's not looking at football anymore. I don't even know why we're looking at him. Like, if he's turned up at a friendly and he's not fit, fuck him off. Go, just go and sign for someone else then. You know what I mean? Like, it just goes to show how unfit he must have been. Because he's been training with us for a while now, for a long, long time. He's just not, Dan, he's not a serious guy, man. And I said this last year when he was, twerking for us and then twerking for Forest and ended up going to Forest. He's all about the TikTok interactions and, the brand.
Well, he was
beyond
posting cryptic posts, wasn't he? Again, what was that post?
It's a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. I wouldn't even entertain him. But what I would say is this, right? Why offer him a contract until January? January is when we're going to lose a couple of players. If they're going to offer him a contract, offer him the season's contract. Yeah, or at least until February.
Well, yes, that's what I said. I said, why are we only offering him until January? And people go, why would you offer him a long-term contract? So the year isn't a long-term contract. If you're going to offer him one till January, you might as well offer him one till the fucking end of May. It's only an extra few months. You know what I mean? Like you said, we got AFCON and we're going to lose, obviously, Ben Rama and Cornet, who both play on that left-hand side. So, it's going to be key, and then obviously Kudus, who can play anywhere, or, along the free. We're going to need that. But I think look, if they can, and it seems like they're not going to give him a contract till he is fit. So if he's happy to wait until he actually gets fit and he's worthy of a contract, then it benefits us because then we haven't even got to worry about him. If he's fit in time for January and then we give him a contract from January to the end of the season, we save a load of money. It's a shame because I think he does suit us as a player. I think he does.
As I said, Dan, I don't think he's serious about playing football. I really don't. I don't think he's serious about playing football. Did he go to Nottingham Forest last year and tear up any trees? They tore up his contract. You know what I mean? They went all like when you look at where he was when he joined us. He look, I don't begrudge him going back to Man United. It's his childhood club. He wanted to give it a go and all of this sort of thing. I don't think he wanted to give it a go. I just wanted him. He just probably wanted to be close to his mates because that's what that's what his lifestyle seems to revolve around. Every time I see pictures of him, he dresses up like he's rolled around in the fucking dark for a start. You know what I mean? Like in all this, this really expensive stuff. But
Yeah.
he's always with his mates. Look, I know he's got a daughter and a young girl and all that sort of thing, and by all accounts, he's a good family man. But I don't think the guy's serious about playing football. As I said, his football career, he seems to have thought that it's a stepping stone to having a career outside of football in terms of like funding a lifestyle. Social media seems to like that. Modeling seems to like that. This Jay Ling's brand seems to like that. And at the moment, I think he's struggling a little bit. Nottingham Forest, by all accounts, he was out in London, and this is the reason why he reckoned he wanted to go there, that they showed real intent in wanting to keep him, wanting him to sign, and they flew to London to come and see him and all this sort of thing, and tried to get it done quickly. They was tearing up his contract before the end of the season. What does that tell you?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, their whole approach to their transfer window was crazy. They just signed a ridiculous amount of players. I know they had a lot of players go, but they signed way more than they let go, and it was just a, scattergun approach. But it's said that he's turned down moves to 2 Premier League clubs, Saudi Arabia and Turkey. One of those Premier League clubs apparently was Wolves, because he wants to play for West Ham. He wants to try and repair his image in the fans, in the fans' eyes and all of that stuff. And it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, if he's happy to keep waiting and not getting paid, right, and keep waiting, we're not paying him a penny. That's how you prove yourself. If he has had offers to piss off, I mean, Saudi. Some of these rumors are probably stuff, or it could be stuff leaked by his agent just to give us a push. Do you know what I mean? Like, Saudi want Lingard. Shit, we better offer him a contract. That wouldn't surprise me. But as long as he's happy to wait, and if he gets himself made, there's no skin off our nose. Okay, you're in training, you can play in some friendlies. I don't see the problem at the moment with him hanging around. Moyes loves him. Moyes does love him.
Yeah, he likes him. But the thing about the boy is, I think he overestimated when he left us. Yeah, when he didn't sign for us, I think he overestimated how famous and how much pull he really had. I think he overestimated that, and his star had faded a long, long time, and that's why I think he tried to mug us off, and then he tried to take the money with Nottingham Forest. Now he's stuck in limbo, and he's probably seeing that his T-shirt brand isn't selling too well anymore. No one's got Jesse Lingard on their lips anymore, and I hope to God he bucks up his ideas and he realizes this has made him realize, no matter how famous you think you are, nobody wants you, pal. You're stuck in limbo. So, yeah, I don't know.
This is why I said to everyone when he signed for Nottingham Forest, and everyone was going, well, everyone, if they're offering you more money, of course you join, of course you sign. And I said, it's a short-term mindset, because you go to someone like Forest and you either get relegated or just have a bad season at Nottingham Forest, then you're gonna struggle to find people to give you money after Nottingham Forest. So yeah, he's made what, 20, 30, 40 grand more than he would have made at West Ham at Forest, but he's devalued himself massively, and now he's making nothing. He's making absolutely nothing as a football player. So that decision has ultimately cost him money. He's every week that goes by that he's not getting paid by a football club, he's losing money. 100-odd grand a week that we was going to pay him, he would have got that again. So he would have made more money if he'd stayed and took less at West Ham and stayed with us. It's crazy. Moyes obviously loves him. Moyes sees something in him, so as long as he's the manager, I don't think it's going to take a lot for him to give up on him completely. But I do like that Moyes hasn't caved in and just gone, yeah, sign him, my boy. Like you'd think he has been quite, stern on it and go, no, until you're fit, no contracts.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we get some of the comments from the chat? See what
Yes,
they're
mate. Yeah. Let's get into them.
Yeah. Chat. Jamie Talks. Good old Jamie in the chat says, I know what you're saying, but I'd say he's better as an option. That's not. Wait. He's better as an option than not as an option. Yeah. Lots of players at AFCON also. Yeah. So it's an option. You know, that's. I think that's the key. And if and then we.
Jamie, I respect you, mate. I'd rather give someone else a go. There's loads of kids in our academy that are absolutely flying at the moment, and rather than giving some washed-up old TikTok star, a load of money a week, promote one of the kids up to the senior team and give him a go. That's God's honest truth. I'd rather just do that. I don't care about the quality. I don't care. I care about the attitude. And look, I know there's people saying in there, people might like him in the squad, but the fans don't. There's a lot of fans against him. So what do you want to do? Turn it sour just for him? Not worth it.
Yeah, but if he plays and he starts performing and scores a few goals, it will turn the other way pretty quickly, you know. And that's the thing. Like as it stands, there are young kids ahead of him because he's not contracted to play for West Ham. So if he does get to the point where he's offered a contract, I'd like to believe that he's earned it. I'd like to believe that the coaches see something that goes, you know what, he's buckled down. He hasn't complained. You know, we ain't been getting paid, but you know what, he's worked hard, he's fit, and he's ready. That's what I, if he does do that, and if he doesn't, then they can say, sorry, mate, we don't need you. So time will tell. Steve said Lingard's a modern day Ravel Morrison, waste of talent.
No, I wouldn't say that. He had good years, Lingard. He had good years where he was playing at the top. With us,
I think there's a comparison, maybe to a smaller scale.
In terms of talent, Ravel was far and beyond. Beyond.
But it's the idea that their off the pitch antics has held them back from realizing their full potential, you know, and it's a real shame because, Ravel Morrison, he could have been really special. Lingard's best false nine. If Antonio can't score wrestling anytime. I'm assuming, but he said, Lingard will be best for us played as a false nine. Sorry, Lingard might only get on the bench now and again. So what's the point? Says Dino. Did I not read somewhere that our young Coventry had a better game than Lingard? I didn't hear this, Gary. I haven't actually read that, but if that's true, and we said on our season prediction, keep bench or sell or something. I think it was that he's really getting Coventry to his last chances. You know. Really is, and it's make or break season for him now. He has to break in this season. He's at what, 23, 24?
He's 23, 24 years old. He's got to break in. He's got to. But I don't think he will.
No, it's a shame. He's going to go away. But, you see there's, some of our young players have gone away and doing quite well. The young lad who went Sunderland, I forget how to pronounce his name. It's absolutely smashing it and looking brilliant. Is it Ekenwa? Reece Burke. I will say Reece Burke looked pretty good for Luton. I thought he was their man of the match. I thought he was their best player, Reece Burke. Really happy for him, obviously, West Ham lad. Lingard, not interested in playing at all, says Lee.
I agree.
Probably interested in the money that comes with playing. Tony Ryan says he only had a 1-year contract at Forest, so nothing to rip up.
He had a 1-year contract at Forest because he thought he was going to go there and absolutely tear it a new one. And he's either going to get a move to a bigger club or he could extend the contract with them. It's the only reason he had a 1-year contract.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want to either.
They didn't want to renew it. No, they didn't. They didn't want to talk to him again.
Yeah, but they did. Yeah, they gave him a 1-year contract as well because they didn't want to take the risk. Because if they get relegated, it would have been financially very difficult for them. Mr. C says he won't be able to demand that much in wages if he can't prove himself now. Yeah, imagine you go, well, you ain't really proved yourself, mate. It's 10 grand a week, which we would all fucking take, but he wouldn't. If Lingard smashed it for us again, it only reflects well on West Ham. If not, no loss. Yeah. Apart from some of the money, but if he's on a pay as you play as well, if he's on a pay as you play again, no real risk there, is there? No real issue if he's willing to take
The only
one.
thing I would say is this: if the players are happy with him and Moyes thinks he can get the best out of him, which he can, then I'm not going to sit here and fucking whinge about it. If he signs, he signs.
Mm.
You know, but for me, he's got a long way to go. But you know, if it was me, this is just, as I said, my opinion. I wouldn't bother with him. I just go get one of the kids and put them in the squad. Yeah.
Wouldn't waste your breath on Lingard. He's only after money. Was proven when he signed for Forest on 1-year deal, not because he cared about the club. Utter waste of time. I remember getting, oh my God, the Forest fans that were on my back after that. I had so many of them in my mentions, and I'd love to go back to that now. Christopher Bybee, I'm going to say. I don't think Jay Lings would get on the bench. All about money for him. Why are we so obsessed with him? Surely better players out there. Are any better players out there?
Not free agents. No, not free agents.
That's what I was going to say. Free agents. Are there any others?
I can't think of any anyway.
Lingard was hooked after 75 minutes, probably because he was not fit.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
I need him. Might be good for squad morale. Players like him around.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah. He'll be on Celebrity Big Brother or I'm a Celebrity. I can see him on that I'm a Celebrity. Get me out. I can absolutely see it.
Dancing and that.
If he's not, I don't know when that comes on, I'm a Celebrity, but if he don't get snapped up for West Ham, he'll be on there.
Yeah, well, if he don't get snapped up by any club in the next year, he won't be a celebrity next year. They won't even want him on now.
Well, yeah, but you could bet a lot of people they have on there you can barely call celebrities anyway.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Lingard is showing good attitude. He is trying to prepare the damage, and he really doesn't owe us anything, says Cosmos Runner.
No, we don't owe him anything.
No, yeah, exactly.
And so
I'm loving all the range of opinions.
Yeah.
Lingard back with us, and Rice our cry. I think there's a little bit of a language barrier in there.
Well done, Deepak. I agree. Rice our cry.
Spot on. Yeah. Agreed to the guy on the right. Forgotten his name. What is your name? What is your name?
No worries, pal. No worries. It's not important.
Evening, Nick, Dan, and all. Thank fuck JWP injury isn't serious. I thought it was the old West Ham curse again. Yeah, just as he's looked really good for us, picked up a knock.
And that's why I wasn't that bothered about him not going away with England. Although, you know, I think he deserved to go away with England, and every player's ambition should be going away with England. But that's why I'm not that bothered that he didn't.
Yeah. No, that's it. Thing is, I know you're upset, but Lingard will get us goals. We should have signed a striker or two.
Where's the proof? Where's the hold on. Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof he's going to get us goals? He didn't score none from Nottingham Forest.
No,
I think he scored one.
But he scored them for Moyes at West Ham, though.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we should go and get Pele. He scored a fucking few goals. You know what I mean?
Andy Armit says Nicky is right. There are some tremendous kids in the academy. Sad truth is Moyes won't pick or play them. Mubama is a token gesture on our bench. You won't get game time. Lingard, he'll pick over Kudus. No, of course he won't. But I think he's the
No.
Right.
He's not picking him. He's not picking him over Kudus.
Yeah, it's right though. I think that's the big front because the thing is, Mubama. There was talks. I think it was consideration about him going out on loan, and Moyes said no. He's gonna
sorry, mate. Why we're going with the JWP stuff, right? Did you hear this? Matt Powell's brought this up. Hi guys, did you hear Gabby Bonglasaw saying JWP should leave for a bigger club to get an England place? Now, I read this, and he had I think they had Tom Skinner on Talksport, the old mattress man, and apparently he said it. He said something like he deserves to be in the England squad or something like that. And he said he needs to leave for a big club or something to do that. Now, Did anyone hear it? Because I don't know what context he said it in. Because some people might, said he may have been saying it a bit tongue in cheek. And some
He has
people
a lot of howlers, Gabby Bonglahor.
and
He
some
really
people were
does.
saying that, he dressed it up like a joke, but he actually meant it. Did anyone hear it?
Yeah, I didn't hear. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. And the thing is, if he's saying it like
Someone said he's only
as a,
pissed around.
yeah, I mean, look, if he's saying it as a dig at Gareth Southgate, then I completely agree. If he's saying it to have a dig at West Ham, well, then yeah, he's mug. But yeah,
I think there's truth in it, though. I think there's truth in it. Like, I do know that people say, like, it didn't stop Rice and all that sort of stuff, but there is some truth in it. There is. I think he goes with the name rather than, the club. I mean, they've got Jordan Henderson in it. So there is no evidence that he only picks players from big club, because he picked Man United players. I'm joking. That's a joke. I'm just.
you'd have him after you.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he's picked like Henderson, and he plays in Saudi now.
Yeah, do you know what? That's an embarrassment. Not even the Calvin Phillips, obviously, he hasn't played, but Jordan Henderson is basically semi-retired. I consider him a semi-retired footballer, and you're picking him over Ward-Prowse. It's absolutely pathetic. Honestly, what's he going to do? Is he going to keep picking him every year? He's going to be 40 years old, still getting picked for England. And his obsession with Henderson cost us a trophy.
Apparently, right? He said that he's picked him because they was all together the last time. I mean, I don't really get it. I don't really get what he's doing. Like, yeah, he's picked Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips hasn't played. Been a season ticket holder. Maguire isn't playing. Played the other day. He weren't great, to be honest.
Yeah,
and
he come on and they lost.
Yeah. Well, I think that was down to sort of him and Johnny Evans playing, but
yeah,
they
conceded 2 goals, I think, after he came on. So
yeah, and there's other players as well that he's picked. It's just I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
No, neither do I. But like I said, his obsession with Henderson cost us the Euros. He brings off Rice for Henderson, and we ultimately go and lose that game. It's the thing. Like, when you look at on paper, you look at Southgate and you think, yeah, you know what, he's done good. He's got us further than any English manager since '66 and all of this stuff. But is he good enough to get England over the line? Because you can't sit here and celebrate finals and semi-finals, as great as they are to get to. Some point, you've got to get it over the line. Otherwise, what's the point? You're just participating. And yeah, I just don't know whether he's a winner like that. There are rumours they were trying to go for Pep Guardiola, but I can't see I can't see him taking that job.
I don't know. In the future, maybe.
So
he's done everything, Pep. He's done everything. And don't get me wrong. Look, if he ever decides to step away from club football and go into international management, there's going to be a host of suitors. Spain will want him. Everyone's going to want him. So, but if England could get him, I think he could work, man. I think Pep could actually work.
Yeah, I don't think he'll take it. I don't think he's
he wouldn't. He wouldn't take it, of course.
But it would be big. But this is an intro. Yeah, we forgot about this. Monkster says, "What's your thoughts on Johnny Heitinga joining now?" Obviously, me and Brian Heitinga. Yeah. All right, fucking you're correcting me on bloody names. You're still calling Sufal Kufal.
No, I ain't.
Well, it might be.
What are you talking about?
Or no, you was one of the Kuyate fucking ones, wouldn't you?
Oh, that's 8 years ago. Come on now.
Scott was the worst.
Stop digging into your little bag, Dan. Come on now. Come on.
All right.
Johnny,
me and Brian spoke about this on the podcast, Hammer It Out podcast, which is out now. It's up on our Patreon. Go and check it out. Brian's obviously very insightful as always. But yeah, obviously we've signed a few coaches. Heitinga being one of them. Obviously, former Ajax interim manager was there. I think he was a big part of Kudus and his development in playing well was big for him. So yeah, and he played under David Moyes at Everton as well. So I think that could be a good signing.
Yeah, absolutely could be a good signing. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that, I think that's the good thing is there seemed to be a clash. I spoke about this the other day on our video. This just clash of ideas with Warburtons and Pierce's. Just get someone that's worked under Moyes, sees him as the boss, and yeah. I don't know if did we speak about these. We did speak about this on the our video, in it, Moyes doubt video. I'm sure we spoke about that.
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
So Toby Aldridge, 499 super chat. Thank you very much, Toby. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're having a good Friday night. Keeping cool. Would any of the current players make a West Ham best all-time Premier League 11? Also, what would your all-time Premier League 11, the West Ham 11, be? Now, that second part is a long one that might require its own video. But if I'm honest, I can't say that anyone in this current team makes an all-time Premier League 11.
I think Bowen does.
Really? Over who?
Name me another left winger. Name me a left winger or a right winger, as a matter of fact.
Right winger.
Who comes in? Does Trevor Sinclair?
No. It means, doesn't he mean all-time Premier League, not West Ham? I'll make a...
Yeah, Premier League.
Oh, who would make a West Ham best of all time? Sorry, I read that as like all Premier League.
All Premier League. No, West Ham.
Yeah, okay. Bowen. Yeah, I think Trevor Sinclair. You could probably, would be in with a shout.
I think Bowen's better than Sinclair.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I need to see if this season he has a consistent season and a good whole season as a whole. Because the season after last was the first season he had a really good start to finish season. Last season started really poorly, ended well. This season he started well. Let's see how he carries on and picks up from there. That's what I hope. But yeah, sorry, I completely read your question wrong. But
I think Rice would have got in from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rice.
Yeah,
I think he would have got in.
It's a real tough one to do.
It is tough. It is tough when you think about it's not so much tough. It's like there's a lot of players that you think about that are, there's an overload in some positions, but like a lack of others. You know what I mean? Name a right back. Name a West Ham Premier League right back that we get into an all-time 11, all-time West Ham Premier League 11. We've barely had any. But
that has been our weakest position ever, all time.
Yeah, like
our Achilles heel.
But then in midfield, you could have like Joe Cole, Michael Carrick, Declan Rice, Pint. You know what I mean? Like you could have. There's all sorts of shit going on in the middle. Steve Lomas,
John put Thomas Repka as my right back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this.
There we go. Joe Eaton with
Noble. Noble.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. And it just requires looking at all the players. Like, to do off the top of your head, it's so hard to just remember and look back at all the players. But might need a video at one point. Cheers, Toby. Joel Eaton with a £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Joel. Rate these three in order. Casemiro, Rice, Enzo. That's my order, Joel. Casemiro, Rice, Enzo. That's what I would do. About you, Nick?
Yeah, I think that's the order at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it'd be the order for long.
Well, to be fair, Casemiro's, a lot older than Rice. So I don't think Rice will have the career Casemiro's had.
Well, mate, it depends, doesn't it? Depends who he goes to.
Yeah, exactly. Depends if he leaves Arsenal. Someone asked, did we see the video of the West Ham fan? Yeah. Did you see the bloke who flew all the way to Ghana to watch Kudus play? What a guy.
What a man.
He went all... Fucking hell. He went all the way to... Cats fighting. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, he flew all the way. This guy flew all the way to Ghana to watch the Ghana international friendly to watch Kudus play in, at which he scored a goal and was man of the match in, by the way. But yeah, that's dedication right there. Love that stuff. What a guy, man.
Who's this guy?
So
What Enzo is far better and complete player than Rice. Take the emotions out of it for a second. Well, he's got to fucking prove it first. You know what I mean? What do you want me to take the emotions out? Because he's been absolute fucking diabolical, if you ask me.
he's looked better this. I think he's looked better this season, but it's not nowhere near what the.
It's nowhere near
expectations were.
Rice. That's for fucking sure.
No, yeah, he hasn't. You know, not in the Premier League. UC Leskaline and bloody hell. There's some names people pull out and you think, fucking hell, remember him. So, but yeah, a lot of these questions about best players, favorite all-time favorite hammers. It's such a tough one. Like I said, I one of my own. I really likes Thomas Repka. He was just one of them typical admin players. Noble, loved Noble. Yeah, it's a hard. Go back.
My all-time favorite is Paolo, because he's someone that I just love to see. I love to watch. But I've got to say, Rice, modern day Rice was up there for 4 or 5 years. Rice was my favourite for a long. He's probably.
We can tell the way you talk about him.
Yeah, I love him. I think the guy's. I think he's a real. I know he plays for Arsenal, and I know that we've had our fucking beef with him, and I know there's like question marks about the way he left and all that. But when you look at just pure football ability, I can't think of another kid. And I watched Rio and I watched Lampard and all that at West Ham. I can't think of any other kid that's come through our academy that was as complete a player as him. That was as consistent.
Oh yeah. You said he's better than Rio. He's better than
at the age like they left at 21. By the time a 21-year-old Declan Rice at West Ham is further in his career than a 21-year-old Rio at West Ham.
All right, but what about a 24-year-old Declan Rice and a 24-year-old Rio and a 24-year-old Lampard and a 24-year-old?
I don't think that's a fair comparison because he's.
Why not?
Although I do think he's up there, I think as I say, and I said this on a video this week, and I showed you this video. I don't think he's unlocked his potential yet. I don't want to keep on talking about him, but he's not. I
think you do overrate him a bit. I do think you overrate him a bit.
Well, that's your opinion, isn't it? You like.
I know, but that is my opinion. That's my opinion about your opinion. Yeah, exactly. No, Thomas Repka. I didn't say Thomas Repka was a world-class right back. I just love him. Right. But yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. But yeah, so look, we're talking about players of the past, but transition. If rumors are to be believed and we get a takeover by a certain Qatari group, we could be getting some special players in the future. I really tried with that transition there. But yeah, there's obviously rumors been, and I think
Ricey could come back.
Well, I want to do like it's the Simpsons, Mr. Burns. He's got to go through the door to come back. He's got to crawl through the flap to come back. That shitty door. Like Homer Simpson. But yeah, obviously we've been linked with these Qatari owners for a while. These ones that have been trying to buy Man United, and they've been struggling to get the sale over the line. Now it looks like Man United have taken the club off the market. The Glazers have taken it off the market for the foreseeable future, which has led many to speculate and link the Saudis back to us as an alternative if they don't buy West Ham. If they don't buy Man United, they're going to buy West Ham. What do you make of it? Do you think it could happen, and do you want it?
No, I don't think it's happening. I know that a lot of people think it is happening, but I don't think it's happening. I don't think that Man United deal's off the table. If I'm honest, I think it's
well, the Glazers are going to have to lower their price because that's why they've taken it off the market. Because
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't think they can afford to carry on now.
No, but I think what the thing is, they want what they want for it, right? So they what their thought process is we'll revisit in 2 years, and hopefully the economy or the market has improved, and then we can get our £9 billion. And it's just a case of, will these buyers? Jim Radcliffe, I think, has also been linked to West Ham as well. He's a Man United fan, but are they willing to wait 2 years and then probably be hit with the same asking price? You know, there's that.
I think they could get a better bang for their buck at West Ham. I definitely do. Like, I think I would be more tempted to. I mean, this sounds fucking mental, because I suppose it's all about making money. But in terms of like a football team, if they're interested, listen, if they're interested in the brand, there is no bigger brand than Man United. And I mean that with the greatest of respects. Like, there is no bigger brand than Man United. Like, as a brand, as a football brand, there's no bigger. If they're interested in the football side of things, there's a lot to do at Man United, and a lot of expectations and a lot of demands and all that. Like,
because why didn't the Saudis then who bought Newcastle? It's all about just buying the biggest brand. Why didn't the Saudis from Newcastle buy Man United? Why didn't they buy Liverpool?
Yeah,
they looked at a project there.
But it depends. As I say, it depends what you want. Like, at the moment, like, Man City is you know, it's a behemoth of a brand at the moment. You know, but you know, in terms of like longevity and, you know, sustainability, there is no bigger brand than Man United. Like, it doesn't matter. Look how long Man United have been shit for. Do you know what I mean? They've still got fucking hundreds of millions of fans around the world. That's fact. Like, but it depends what they want. If they want, but as I say, like, to buy that brand and to make that brand the top brand on the top football club again, it's going to take like $6 billion just to fucking drop in the ocean, man. They need a whole overhaul. They need a new ground. They need a new manager. They need new players. They need everything. Like,
yeah.
But if you go to West Ham, you can get them for £1 billion, say, or 800 million quid, whatever it is. You know, if you like, you can pump 3 billion into it, and you ain't even touched. And I think, you know, if they pumped 3 billion quid into it, you know, I think that it could be. And I'm not talking about a 3 billion quid into the playing squad, but you know, there's a lot that needs doing at West Ham as well. You know, training grounds. You know, improving the facilities at our training grounds, improving buying the ground, knocking it down, and maybe starting again. You know, and they can put a couple of billion into doing that. You know, that would be great. You know, like, but don't get swayed with the money. You know, I know as soon as people hear Qataris or you know, rich owners, or, you know, Saudis or whatever, they get mesmerized by the money. Just look at what's happening at Chelsea, man. Money isn't everything. You know, you need someone that has got a direction and knows what they're doing.
But this is the thing. The thing is, right, when you look at how these Saudis and all of these lot run clubs compared to like Americans and that, they tend to put the right people in charge. You look at Newcastle. Newcastle, obviously, at the moment, haven't gone on to be like a Man City. But like Man City, what they've done is hired the right people, focused on community, on fan base, and tried to do things in a sensible way, rather than you get like a Bowley or a Sullivan who are so heavy-handed and just have to be involved in everything. You know, I think that's the difference. And that's what you would hope. That if that happened, that they would be like that. They would go, because I mean, that's the thing. These people, I don't think they want to come in and be getting so hands-on and signing players and picking players. Like Todd Bowley was going in dressing rooms at half time and giving talks and shit. Like, the man's a joke. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like, we're going to get into some comments, see what people think. I think there's a lot of differing opinions, but yeah, the money. I think you look at the other teams, you look at all the big takeovers, all the rich owners. It just feels like the way the game's going, you need one of these just to stay competitive. Because, you know, the money that teams are able to spend. You look at Newcastle getting this. They've had off the FFP issues, but there's ways around it. They're getting £100 million Adidas deal. Now, you mean to tell me Adidas just looked at Newcastle as a brand and thought that's worth £100 million for a kit. There's, without getting myself in trouble, there's ways that they've worked around FFP there, and that for that 100 million to get in their pocket, and then they'll be able to spend it. So that's what they're doing. And what we ain't going to be able to, compete with that. So it's hard. It's very tempting when you hear that sort of money, but obviously, and we're going to get into it, there is the ethical side, of things, and the moral side, which is very hard as a football fan, I think, to wrestle with, and you see it with a lot of other fan bases. You see it with Newcastle and all of that. Their fans, some of them are just like, yeah, brilliant. Some of them try to look the other way. Some of them are like, no, I'm not having it. It's very hard. Like Man United, a lot of the ways that they're carrying on, I think a lot of their fans are finding it very hard to support the club. And you love the club when, they've got, guest of honours people who have been convicted for very serious things, and they're giving them a guest of honour at the club and all the stuff that's going on at that club. And I know a lot of women are looking and going, I don't know if I can support this club anymore. And that could be the same if we got the Qatari owners in.
It's definitely a moral question. We've said this before. It's going over old ground, really, but there's definitely moral questions about all of it.
Yeah. Well, we should take Jim Radcliffe, the richest man in Britain. Obviously, he's been linked with us.
Would I take him where?
Take him on a date or something. Yeah.
Take him on a boat on that. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you know what? I haven't really thought about it. It's one of them things where it doesn't matter what we think, does it? If they're going to sell it, they'll sell it. If they're going to buy it, they'll buy it. There's no, apart from that mob, who was that other mob up the road with with Tom Skinner was involved and Rio was meant to be involved.
Pi Capital. Oh, my God. You know what? If they took us, that could have been disastrous. That could have been really, really bad. Honestly.
Shambolic, isn't it?
What an just embarrassing situation. The guy made himself look like a riot idiot. Remember, he come out and goes, I remember I used to go Upton Park and it was always empty and all this shit he was coming out with.
Well, we spoke to them, didn't we? We sort of tried to set up an interview with them.
Oh yeah.
And they kept on trying to shove Tony Cottee on us. I was like, no, I don't want to talk to Tony Cottee. I want to talk to you. You're the one with the money.
Love Tony Cottee, by the way, but
love Tony Cottee, love him. You know what I mean? But nah, fuck him. I wanted the money men and the people that was actually going to be making the decisions, not Tony Cottee that was pushing the agenda, or Tom Skinner or Anton Ferdinand or Rio Ferdinand. I want none of them. I said to them, no, I want you to come on. The people that have actually got the money and have got the plan, not the people that you've got doing your PR for you, the people with the money. And he flat out refused.
Well, yeah, I think after Simon Jordan tore him a new one, I think he was very hesitant to do anything. Nicky, is that wall real, by the way, behind you?
Yeah.
It's doing its job.
It's as real as my full of air.
Yeah, the green screen's doing a good job. So Phil Brown immediately says, no, too much blood money. So he's not willing to take the blood money. Matt Powell says, hey, Dan, where is the rumors about Qatar rumors? I haven't seen anything about that. Well, it was reported in the Daily Mail like last year. And I think since the story about Man United being taken off the market has come out, I think a lot of West Ham fans have been talking and going, oh, this means that, they could come in for West Ham. I think the rumors have built off the back of that. There's been no concrete article that has said the Qatari owners are now going to shift to West Ham. It's sort of bringing up an old topic.
I think that some people are just putting two and two together.
Yeah. The thing is, it makes sense.
Makes sense, but it doesn't make it true.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Don't get carried away.
Steve said, we can dream. You could dream.
You can dream. Yeah, you can dream whatever you want.
Cinderella story. Sleeping Giant, we're already massive. We really are massive, because I pointed this out. I know Geordie Toon for life. I know you're in the chat. I'm going to read your comment out a bit, but Obviously, Newcastle didn't immediately sell out their away allocation for AC Milan. We were selling out silky ball.
That's mad.
You know?
I saw that today, man. They've gone down to 20 points, and they sold 100 tickets. They've still got over 2,000 left for a Champions League game at AC Milan away. That's mental.
You would not be, honestly, it'd be.
You wouldn't even touch them tickets. You wouldn't even touch them.
No.
I sold out now. Okay, that's fair enough. But even still, man, that's not great.
Yeah. Honestly, it'd be so hard to get that allocation. I think is pretty crap as well for AC Milan. Is that what they get?
4,000, I think.
Oh! They sold 2,000. They're 2.5. Okay, so 4,000 still. Smeagol says the thing is that we either get taken over by the Qataris or we get left behind. Phil Brown says, what happened when Eggy took over the club? People are so harsh on Edgar Madsen and the Icelandics. It's not their fault. Their country had a financial collapse. Banking.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it was, nobody foresaw that financial collapse coming. Nobody.
I think they had the right intentions. A lot of the time, they just went about things the wrong way sometimes.
I'll be honest with you, I think they was playing fantasy football, like a bit like Bowley. I think they was just trying to get names like the likes of like signings like Ljungberg. They just didn't make sense.
No, but it was exciting at the time. Like at the time,
because it's a name.
Yeah, it was them who brought in Tevez and Mascherano, wasn't it? I'm sure it was them.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but then that got us in a lot of trouble.
It did. That's the thing, innit? It was exciting at the time and it was well-meaning, but they went about it the wrong way.
Hold on a minute. Was it them?
I'm sure it was them.
No, I don't think it was them,
Didn't they buy us in 2006? 2007?
I don't know. I don't
know. Someone in the chat, see if you can confirm that. Because
it could be.
I'm sure that...
I'm pretty sure that they took over the Brown signed Tevez. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they took over the year after that.
Okay. That's another thing then with another stick to beat him at, that crooked Brown. Another thing to could cost us a load of money, £20 million and all sorts of things. But, at least we can say we had Tevez and all speculation, Dan, putting 2 and 2 together. And for me, it's probably right. We are ripe for a takeover, but so are Tottenham. You could argue we would probably have more work to be done. We're going to be significantly cheaper, though. And you don't have to deal with Daniel Levy or anything like that. They've got that stadium. They're going to be, we should be under $1 billion. They say something like 800 million. Spurs are going to want a good few billion. So and obviously they've got ridiculous amount of money, but value for money. Save some of that billions and spend it on the team.
Right. Dan, we're going to need to start wrapping up now because I'm going to Italy soon. So I ain't got long.
Right.
Can I just say something before we go away? Everyone's in here. On the 5th of October, when we play Freiburg away, Brewdog are hosting a night with James Collins, and we are going to be presenting it. We're going to be presenting it. It's like a watch along with James Collins, and then afterwards we're going to have a little Q&A, and we're going to film it. So they've allowed us to do all of that. I'm going to leave the link in the description down below. We're going to put it all over our Twitter and our social media this weekend. But yeah, no one can go to Germany. It was going to be on the 22nd, but we've moved it to the 5th of October because no one can travel to Germany. And what better way to spend your night than getting absolutely slaughtered with me, Ginger Pele, Dan, Ryan, all the guys at Brewdog, while we're watching the mighty West Ham in Europe. Again, we can't go. So, yeah, go and get tickets. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Look on the Twitter, the Facebook, and all that. We're going to be posting it in the next couple of days. Go and get some tickets and bring along your Ginger Pele stuff. We'll get some photos done. We'll get some signings done, and we'll have a fucking great night, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Up for that, Dan?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Someone needs to reach out to Rory. He used to go dressed as Ginger Pele at away games. He used to go.
Yeah, we should, kit, man. Yeah, we should.
He could come with. He used to have he used to dye his beard ginger and all of that. He used to go dressed as Ginger Pele. See if he's up for that.
Yeah, I reckon he would be. We get the old Ginger Pele costume out again.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, sounds good. You know, so yeah, lots of
I've
stuff.
I've got a link for the tickets in the. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. He's come up with Dan Damo Jace. He's posted it as well. But yeah, it's all over Facebook, Twitter. But we'll be posting that in our social media today, tomorrow. So yeah, go and grab your tickets for that. It's at Eventbrite. Put in
I
Night Within.
don't think people can click it. If they can't click it, we'll put it in the description afterwards. So check afterwards, and if it's not clickable.
Paulie Walnuts is telling the same jokes he told last week. Come up with some original stuff, mate, if you can.
He's, to be fair to him, he has a lot of material. So
he has got a lot of material, but that I saw that last week, man. Come on, sort it out.
He's mixed it up, so he's running out. He's running out already. But yeah, like, so listen, lots coming up, lots going on. It's bloody hot, but yeah, we're going to have.
There's quite a few nights coming up, man. Like, if you like that sort of thing, we've got quite a few things that we're going to be at. Like there's a Trevor Brooking one. There's a special one next week, man. There's a special one next week. Then we've got, you know, that fantastic one with James Collins. Yeah. There's loads of that sort of stuff coming up, man.
Come see us at the West Ham fan zone before the Man City game or after the Man City game.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the Podium Bar. You can check that out. There'll be Robin's Pie Mash there, which I grew up on. I grew up on Robin's Pie Mash. East Ham was, as from a baby, I was eating that. So very exciting to see there at the fan zone.
I see people. Do you know what? I saw people having a go at them the other day for not being shop prices.
Really?
Like,
yes.
Yeah, like everything underneath. When they announced they was going to be there, I bet it ain't shop prices. Well, tell me something that at football that is a fucking shop price for a start, and for two, why don't you go there and have a fucking look?
Yeah, right. Shop prices. That's the idea. Everything around the stadium is there's gonna be a bit of a premium because it's at the stadium. You have the convenience of eating there in that environment. You know, it's otherwise just eat before you leave the house. That's what I do sometimes. Have a big breakfast and fucking don't eat it.
I'm getting fucking 2 and 2. That's what I'm getting. So there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on, let's wrap this up.
Yes, thank you all for watching, for all your chats, super chats, normal chats, all of that stuff. You make this show what it is, and we'll be back with plenty of content over the coming days. So press the bell on your way out and the like button. Thank you very much, everyone. One thing left to say. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
I was going to do that thing where